Okay, so some of the things we've been working on is practice is just making sure we pick a target, and we know that we're working on what kind of shot we're trying to hit, and trying to find a small window that we're trying to hit the ball into. Hopefully, so it'll bounce up pretty close to the hole. So let's try that out here. We've got about 160 to the flag, and he's a macho guy. I think he's got about pitching wedge, and we're gonna try to see if we can work on those things and get it close. Pulled that one just a little bit. Let's try bringing it a little bit more around our body like we talked about, because it coming over the top like that caused it to pull just a little bit to the left. Let's try one more. There you go. That's a lot better. A little bit short. That's okay though. Just kind of got up in the wind, but that was a lot better. We found some of the things we need to work on in practice. Try to take it to the course, and because that's really what teaching's all about, is in getting lessons, is trying to make sure you can work on it and bring it out here. Okay, so with the short game, some of the things. What were some of the things we worked on?
Not staying so close to the ball, swinging more out in the
Right.
shot.
Yeah, definitely standing a little bit further away from the ball. The toe was kind of digging in a little bit when you were hitting some chip shots before, and also kind of letting the club swing out towards the target a little bit more than turning over, like bringing it along your belt line. So trying to get it out a little bit closer towards the target. Let's try that here on a few. What club do you have?
It's a 60.
Okay. That was good, about a foot away. I like that a lot. That was good. All right, just trying to get it a little bit, the club head a little bit out closer towards the target uh, rather than towards the left. There you go. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to quit on it. Just means you just need to get it a little bit more out towards the target. Just kind of push that one a little bit. That's okay. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to because you're changing your follow through. There you go. That was perfect there. I like that a lot. So just trying to remember that, and knowing that you're going to have different lies and different stances around the green, and that you just need to try to keep those two things kind of consistent with whether you're hitting pitch shots or chip shots or even flop shots and bunker shots. Work on those two things to bringing it a little bit closer to the hole. So as far as in the long game, the main things we worked on, what were they? Use your head, remember?
Keep it still.
Yeah. So kind of the key was not using your head,
Yeah.
not moving it back.
Not coming over the top.
Yeah, just trying to keep it a little bit more of a neutral path rather than kind of on the extreme outside, going back and going through. So let's hit a couple drivers with that. We practiced it mainly with mid irons. Let's try to see if we can work it through the rest of your bag, those swing changes. There you go. That started a little bit left, but it came back. There you go. Might be losing a little bit of distance with it having that much movement on it. Let's try to make sure we bring it a little bit more on the inside, coming back and going through. That we can straighten out the ball flight a little bit. It's okay. That was a little high on the face. Are you having to think pretty hard about the changes, or is it just kind of starting to?
Not really. It's just kind of awkward still.
Okay. Head moved a little bit in that one. Wasn't terrible, and the combination of that, making you kind of overcompensate.
Yep.
And move the club over, just kind of made it go left and further left. There you go. That was a lot straighter ball flight. when you have a lot of movement, in the ball, when it makes, Bubba Watson's really the only exception to it. When you've got a lot of movement left or a lot of movement right with the ball, that means it's not going to go quite as far most of the time. Let's hit one last one. The straighter you can make your ball flight, normally the further it's going to go, especially when it's wet out here. There you go, best for last. I like that. So we're starting to get a little bit more ingrained.